New York City native Mia Hall has traveled the world as a leader in sports and entertainment industry over the course of the past 10 years. From China to London, Brooklyn to Los Angeles, Hampton to Howard, and more, Mia Hall has built a reputation for passion, drive, and excellence. With her community on her mind, Mia has broken down barriers for women in sports, media, and education, and continues to innovate both domestically and internationally. As a writer for outlets such as Black Enterprise, Slam Magazine, NBC's The Giro, ESPNW, and her personal blog, Mia's Full Court Press, a producer and a public speaker, Mia takes every opportunity possible to share the wisdom she has acquired over the years with others. Her passion is to help women break out of their own comfort zones, empowering them to go after their dream careers. Mia has worked with organizations such as the WNBA, New York Knicks, the High School for Sports Management, and more. She hosts her own invitation-only quarterly sports and entertainment social in New York City and has launched 2 digital shows. When New York City's newest arena, the Barclays Center, was being built in 2012, they sought out a team of brand specialists and community activists to represent the arena. Mia was among the group of taste makers chosen. Mia credits her extracurricular experiences in high school for giving her the drive to go after her dreams. As captain of the girls' basketball team, president of the student council, and participant in New York City's Power Play organization, Mia became exposed to the world of sports management and pursued her BA in that field from Hampton University, where she graduated in 3 years. Mia's love of education led her to Harvard University, where she received her master's degree. Mia uses every platform she receives to uplift others. She offers her story to all and empowers people to find their passion and to pursue it with all they have. Mia resides in Brooklyn, New York. Please help me to welcome my HU sister, Mia Hall.
Please give it up for my big sister, Ashley Peters, better known as Miss Peters, I'm sure, in the school. Wow. Change is the only constant in life, right? That's something that my pastor, Dr. Aaron Bernard, says. So first of all, of course, I would like to thank the principal, the assistant principal administration of Community Partnership Middle School for having me here. I definitely want you to give a round of applause for them as well as all the parents and family that are here. Please, graduates, give them a round of applause. Thank you. And now to the graduates, please give yourselves a round of applause for even making it to this point. All right, now you have some work to do. Right? I know that you have accomplished great things. I mean, all of the things that you've accomplished, I'm like, wow, like, why am I even, speaking to them? They've, getting the awards from President Obama. I haven't gotten an award from President Obama, but you have, so that's a major accomplishment. But I do want to tell you a few things that, a lot of people say, this is what you should do, this is what you should do, this is what you should do. But I want to tell you a few things that you probably need to cut before you get into high school, right? I know there's a popular song that is very not positive, right? They talk about these prices being way too high, so you need to cut it. Exactly. You need to cut it. So I'm going to tell you just a few things that you need to cut out, that you need to cut. Tell them negative people they need to cut it, okay? Before you go to high school. So 1, negative people, right? These are one thing that you don't need, all right? Before you go to high school, I think that one of the most important things is your friend circle, right? Look at they say, yep, you can give it up for your friends. You gotta look at your friends, right? It's all about positive peer pressure. They say that you are the average of the 5 people that you hang out with the most, right? So if you were to look at your 5 people that you hang out with the most, your 5 closest friends, the people that you spend the most time with, are they going where you want to go? Are they doing the things that you want to do? Are they cutting class? We don't want to hang around those peoples. They're like, oh no, that class is too long, you need to cut it. No, I need to cut you. I need to cut you off, okay? Because I need to go to class, but I need to get my education, right? Education is key that unlocks doors to anything, right? I was able to, because of Ashley, honestly, well, Miss Peters, She inspired me to go to Hampton, right? Her father taught at my high school. When I was a high school student and a middle school student, I wasn't the woman standing before you today. They read a lot of accolades, but people had to inspire me and speak to me and be in my life like Miss Peters in order to get me all of these things that I have, right? But it took me having friends like that, right? Like Ashley or like Miss Peters, having people around me that can encourage me, that positive peer pressure. We talk a lot about peer pressure. When you have positive peer pressure, that can take you to the moon, right? That could take you to the stars because you want to do, you and your friends are almost in competition. You want to do better than them. They want to do better than you. You just want to keep on going higher and higher and higher. All right? I want you to keep on going higher. So that's one thing I want you to cut in high school, just people that are bringing bad energy, right? Another thing I want you to cut is negative thoughts, okay? Negative thoughts. If anybody tells you that you can't do something, don't believe them. Because who at the end of the day has to do it? Who is going to high school, me or you? Who's going to high school, me or you? Who's going to high school? Your parents are definitely going to help you, and they're going to be with you every step of the way. But who has to go to class every day? Right? You. All right? So you have to think, you have to bet on yourself. Right? Bet on yourself. Because you are the one that's going to be in control of what you're able to achieve and accomplish. You're going to be the one that cuts these people off. You're going to be the one that chooses, to study. You're going to be the one that makes a decision. One of the young ladies, the salutatorian, said, I stayed up late nights. She had to make that choice. Nobody told her to. Or if they did, they encouraged her. But she could have said, nah, I'm tired. I'm going to go to sleep. Nope, I want to watch, this TV show, and I'm going to go to bed. But no, she stayed up and studied. So I want you to cut out negative thoughts like, I can't. No. That's one thing you need to cut out of your vocabulary, right? I can't. No, you can do anything. Nothing is impossible. The word impossible, you break it down, it says, I'm possible, right? All right, so repeat after me. Oh, no, you got to say it louder than that. I'm possible. I'm possible. All right, so that means anything you put your mind to, you can do. Right? I want you to learn the principles of success. There are certain principles that you need in order to be successful, in order to be great. And all of you can do that, but one of them is having the mindset and saying these things to yourself each and every day. Right? How many of you have cell phones? Raise your hand. Right? All of us have cell phones, right? All right, or most of us, right? Or have something that you need to charge, right? Now, how often do you have to charge your cell phone? Dang, twice a day? How many times you on Snapchat? I mean, twice a day, 3 times a day. Man, you're on the phone a lot. But we have to charge those phones at least once a day, right? So that's the same thing I want you to do for your minds. I want you to charge it up each and every day, just like your cell phone, because we run out of battery. So we need to recharge it every day. You might have to look yourself in the mirror and say, I am confident. I am possible. I matter. I am great. You need to say these things to yourself each and every day so that you won't forget it. And I don't want you to forget it because I want you to have those positive thoughts in your mind rather than those negative thoughts, because those negative thoughts we need to. Exactly. All right, the third thing I want you to cut, right? Because we're gonna have a different group of friends. We're gonna have these positive friends around us. We want to have our positive thoughts. And one thing I want you to cut is a disbelief that no one can bring you to the next level, right? So I want you to cut out not listening to people that have been where you are before, right? That's including our parents. That's including our teachers. That's including our mentors. How many of you have a mentor? Raise your hand. All right, so a mentor is someone that has been where you want to be and that leads you and shows you the tools, the resources, and the things necessary to get you there. So that's what I want you to cut, not listening to those people. Don't listen to them when they say negative things, but when they say things that, I don't want to clean my room. No, you have to do the small things in order to get you to the great things. We have to be steward over little so that we can be a steward over much, right? So those are just 3 things that I know that will get you to that next level, right? And I just want to say that when I was in middle school, Went to middle school in Queens, but very similar, right? I had big dreams, right? Big dreams of playing in the WNBA. How many of you play sports? Might play sports. All right. Got a little skills. Okay, see me after, got my sneakers in my bag. So I had a big dream to play sports. But that dream wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have teammates, if I didn't have, a coach, right? If I didn't have the mindset that, boom, I'm gonna go out here and give it all I have every single time I play, right? So that's what I did. And I put those dreams to action, right? So I worked very hard on the court, was very skillful. Like I said, captain of the basketball team when I came to Van Arsdale. And then I went to college. Now, I'm not gonna say this is gonna be easy, right? None of this is gonna be easy. So I went to college and I tried out for the team, right? I was like, yeah, walked up in there, Hampton University, Division I team. I only came from a small high school in Brooklyn, but Division I team, I'm like, yeah, I could walk on, and try out, whatever. So tried out for the team, did my thing. Iverson crossover, at the time, all of that, right? So then I went back to my dorm, a couple days passed, waiting for the call, right? So I'm waiting. They didn't call first day. I'm like, okay, all right, hope they got the right number, right? Another day, didn't call me back. Other people, oh yeah, I made the team, whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, they gonna call me, they gonna call me. They are gonna call me. They playing around, they need to cut it. So another day passed, and then I found out that I didn't make the team. I know, you can say I know. But it's all right, don't feel sorry for me, because failure is the womb for success. All right? I'll say that one more time. Failure is the womb for success. So yes, I did not make the team. I failed, right? But there's always a blessing behind every failure. So that just pushed me to want to work in sports in another way. I loved sports. I ate, drank, and slept sports. And I was like, you know what? I have to find another way into that. I found out about sport management, right? All these women that spoke to me, from Madison Square Garden. I was in a program in high school that they introduced us to women that worked in sports. And so I started to remember those women, and I said, you know what? They might not play in the WNBA, but these ladies are working for the WNBA. They're managers. They work on the business side. They handle the money. They handle the what? Money. Exactly, they handle the money. So if I'm interested in business, I'm interested in making money, I'm interested in, sports, why don't I try this? So that's what I did. I studied, I changed my major. I was a broadcast journalism major. I changed my major to sport management, right? So I studied ESPN. I studied, business deals with the WNBA, with the NBA, with the leagues. And eventually, though I didn't play basketball anymore, I was in the intramurals, but I didn't, play, of course, for that division. But I went on to school. I traveled overseas to teach. When you go to college, study abroad, of course. Even when you've been in high school, look at these programs to study abroad. Just a quick tidbit about that. I learned a little bit of Chinese. So now when I go to the Chinese restaurant, I say, "Ni hui shua pu dong hua ma." I learn a little Chinese, little Chinese over there. Trying to be a Chinese basketball player like Stephon Marbury. But anyway, so came back. Of course, many other things happened along the path. I'm getting to the end. Y'all are gonna get it. I heard about a scholarship where you had to be going to one of the top schools in your major. And I hadn't thought about going to an Ivy League school before that, right? Somebody in high school wanted to go to Harvard, and this teacher was like, oh, you guys can never go to Harvard, whatever. So I didn't even think about it. I didn't go to Harvard for undergrad, but this scholarship, you had to be applying to a top school in your major to get it. So I was like, let me start looking into these because I need some money. And, they were, I laughed about it with my dad. He was like, why not just try? So I looked at all the Ivy League schools, Yale, Princeton, Dartmouth, everything. Didn't like any of them. I looked at Harvard last because I was like, it would be the most expensive and the hardest to get into. Anyhow, looked at that school though. After looking at all the other choices, they had a program that I loved. And I prayed about it. I felt like God was telling me, it's not gonna be you. It's gonna be me working through you, right? So I applied 4 months later, waiting for that call. Again, waiting for that call. Can I get an email? Can I get a letter? Waiting. Open up an email one day. Congratulations, you have been accepted into Harvard University. So I got the call, right? So that's not even, so definitely, thankful for that. Graduated, looking for a job, working for this nonprofit, spoke at this luncheon for the nonprofit that introduced me to all these women. We were honoring the president of the WNBA, right? So I spoke, my boss says, you know what, Mia Hall, she came with us in high school. We can't afford to hire her full time or whatever, but she's just a great girl, blah, 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 blah. She introduced me, I spoke. President of the WNBA gets up, she accepts her award, and she's like, anybody that can speak like that about their organization should work for me. So Mia, I want you on my team. So now that's how, though I didn't make the team, though I didn't, play basketball and get drafted into the WNBA, she right there got me my first job. And where was it? At the WNBA. So now it just goes to say, right? Like I think I said before, excellence at one level is mediocrity at the next. Right? You're very excellent now, but you have to get ready for this high school. High school is going to be next level. You have to cut out these 3 things: not listening to people, negative friends, and negative thoughts. Cut out those things so that you can get where you want to go. Right? If you want to be great, stand up. Say, I am great. I can do anything. Including the impossible. Why? Because I'm possible. I'm possible. I'm possible. Give yourselves a round of applause. Congratulations. And I wish you all the best, much success, and much greatness.
Let's give it up one more time for Miss Mia Hall. Good evening, families.